Live from the Screwball Whiskey Studios, SKREW, ballwhiskey.com. Tomorrow's stories begin right here. Hashtag Get Screwed. At Get Screwed. All of the peanut butter whiskeys are posers. Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey is the one and only original peanut butter whiskey for the misfits, the black sheep, the screwballs. ScrewballWhiskey.com, DramaCityProductions.com, DramaCityProductions.com/Kelsey Hudgins show. Come hang out with us in the Kill Tony Discord at KillDiscord.com. Follow me on social media. Yonder Wizard everywhere. At Yonder Wizard, ZZERD. At Yonder Wizard everywhere. And I think that's all I got for you on the intro part. Oh no, I forgot. Okay, so yeah, the stores. We have Yonder merch now, so go to yonderwizard.com and click the link that says Yonder merch. You go to yonderwizard.com/Yonder merch, get you there fast, and also go to shop.killdiscord.com and get you some cool Kill Discord shit stickers I am sending out myself. Yeah, I said it myself. What's up, dogs? What's up, dogs? Yeah? Yeah? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Shit. That's what I'm talking about. Can y'all believe I used to talk like that all the time? I still do sometimes. Anyhow, how the hell are y'all doing? We got, what's up, Disgust? What up, Valish in the house? Old Sassy Frassy still in the house. So anyhow, I'm high myself. I honestly need to hit another one after everything that I've just gone through for a second. I just recorded a new song. Not recorded, but I put down, like, I sat down with it for a second and I had my guitar, and I still do, but it used to too. But yeah, I had my guitar and I was reading through the lyrics to see how it should sound or whatever, and I have had a couple little riffs that I've been fucking around with for a while now, and I was trying to see if any of those would fit, but they wouldn't. But either way, I ended up finding a way to make it work, and I just started putting together this series of chords. Then I was like, man, this sounds very familiar, but I just can't place what it is. And I changed it up a little bit. I only do a couple of bars of that thing, but I realized it's basically the chord progression of If We Were Vampires by Jason Isbell. But Jason Isbell does this very specific finger-picking thing that makes it sound very unique. So the fact that I'm doing a different finger-picking style, it kind of, if you know now that that's what it is, you'll see it. But either way, I'm gonna bore you with that shit. I went ahead and figured out a way to just put the lyrics to music and how I liked it and all this nonsense, and I recorded it sitting in the chair over there. You guys want to hear it? You guys want to hear the song? Should we play the song? Let's get it here. I got we in KillDiscord.com. Come hang out with us in the Kill Tony Discord. We've got clubs that we've been doing, and one of the clubs that we're doing is Art Club. And yeah, by the way, I explain this a lot, and for anybody who might see this who does not watch any of the other content that I do, because I know there's a lot of folks who I will come for the live chats and the stuff like this and the talks or whatever, but the VR chat stuff that I do, the Yonder lives, they're not for everybody, and I've realized that, and I haven't been able to even do those lately because I've been running into some audio issues, but that's Bore City. I'm not going to bore you with that. But anyway, shit, what was the point I was trying to make? Maybe I don't need to hit another gravity bong. I'm gonna, but whether I do need it or not. But what's the point I was gonna make? Oh yeah. So for those of you not familiar with the other stuff that I put out, go to the Kill Discord YouTube channel. I'll tell you what, I'll put a link to it in the chat, in the live chat right now. And yeah, new song. I got my train of thought back now. Yeah, go to Kill Discord YouTube, and I'll put the link to that here, because I also do a show every Monday night after Kill Tony with I'm gonna beat Brian Holtzman. I do a show after Kill Tony show every week with the great and powerful Dave Sarah, the great and powerful Brandy Joe Schmo. There's the link in the chat for that channel. But I've got this video on my YouTube, so feel free to go and watch it. But I am going to play this song here real quick. I'm going to step aside and get my head a little righter here for just a second. But I'm going to play this song right quick, and I'm going to be right back. This is called Come Down Off Your Saddles. And the lyrics are in the description of this video, which I'm also going to link in the chat right now. Copy that. Good buddy. Appreciate you, Gus. All right. Here is the song Come Down Off Your Saddles. This is what it's like to feel inspired, like something I've been working for is nigh. The turning of a chapter, reading on to find what's after. Finally wanting to live more than die. I stood in one place longer than I'd like to, and I reckon it's come time to move along. If just to test the waters, hushing my mind the evil mutters. For once I'll try to really hear my song. If home is just a place that you remember, then it's not allowed to change like I let mine. Nothing ever stays the same, then you hunt something to blame. Buried no prize in place and fought on time. I guess it's just something like a feeling. When the axis shifts, it's time to travel on. If it's comfort that you're seeking, brother, let me be your beacon. 'Cause in my heart you're always part of home. I figured it would happen sooner or later. I get too bored to think it otherwise. I still love the gift I'm giving, though it sometimes feels like prison. I wanna pick on something more my size. So I wrestled with my demon till I wondered, what if this is something I should prove? So I sat right down beside it, and each other we confided, and parted ways like tired old friends do. If home is just a place that you remember, then in your mind change. Nothing ever stays the same, then you hunt something to blame. There ain't no prize in placing fault on time. I guess it's just something like a feeling. When the axis shifts, it's time to travel on. If it's comfort that you're seeking, sister, let me be your beacon. 'Cause in my heart, you're always part of home. There's a valley you can find out past the tree line. This time of year it glows in vibrant green. Oaks are strong and tall, stand guard out on the edges of the yard. The smell of rain is dancing on the breeze. There's room enough for any who might wander upon this place that we've kept for so long. Now if you're weary from your travels, then come down off your saddles. I guess it's safe to say now welcome home. If home is just a place that you remember, then in your mind it's not allowed to change. But nothing ever stays the same, and then you'll hunt something to blame. Trust me, there ain't no prize in placing fault on time. And I guess it is just something like a feeling. And when the axis shifts, then it's time to travel on. If it's comfort that you're seeking, darling, let me be your beacon. 'Cause in my heart, you're always part of home. So that's it. Yeah, that's the one. So that was my installment for Art Club that old Sassy Frassy here runs. And she gave the topic or the subject or the inspiration, however you want to describe that, was home. And which is really ironic because I had just gotten back from Austin, Texas for my second go around, which I may as well tell the unabridged version of that for documentation's sake on this podcast, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. I've told the story a lot and to ad nauseum at this point, but I've here as of late. You guys have probably already heard "End Up Over Yonder," another one of the songs that I recorded during quarantine. Excuse me. One of the songs I recorded during quarantine, and it's pretty much about I felt compelled to leave this place that I've called home for so long, Myrtle's Inlet in Myrtle Beach area here, where it's been home to me for my entire life. You know, like I've grew up a couple hours away from here and coming here for day trips, you know, when I was a kid. And anyway, this has always been home by every definition of the word, and it's an odd feeling when you feel the urge to leave something that you've grown so close to. And a lot of people can akin that to a person, but it also works with a place, you know, like I think I got it that time. But yeah, also works with a place, and I've fallen in love with this place, and I really do believe that this is the greatest place on earth. But man, I just started to feel like something was, and I keep using the analogy of the beacon that keeps blasting around, and I think that's a really good way to describe what I feel is happening. Is that I'm literally picking up a beacon from somewhere else, and it's like at this point I don't really know what it is or what it leads to, and it's a hypothetical beacon that I just feel on a spiritual realm. I don't want to sound crazy, but I'm gonna just talk because that's what I do, I guess, and I'm crazy, so who fucking cares anyway? But on a spiritual plane, I feel I am being given a beacon, and I don't know what it leads to. I don't know what it's guiding me towards, and I don't care. I want to know. I don't. I'm very curious to see what happens next, because I realize that I've painted myself into a corner to where, shout out Greg Maddox, I feel that I have painted myself into a corner in which I've gotten to where I'm really good at something, and I've just been doing the thing that I'm really good at for long enough to think, this is my destiny. This is what I was meant to do, because this is the thing that's natural and the thing that I'm good at and the thing that my body knows how to do naturally, so that I don't have to think when I do that thing. I can just allow my body to do what it does naturally. So I'm wondering if that's not what destiny is as we think, or if that's not what you're, just because it's something that you're naturally good at. Maybe I guess what I'm trying to say is that I feel like my axis has shifted, which is ironic because I got a little notification that the Earth's axis has shifted, I think within the last couple of days. And science, bitch. So it's just, I really feel like my axis has also shifted a bit, as to not so much as what I'm interested in, because I still really love what I do, and which I mentioned in the song that we just heard, and I absolutely love what I do, and I wouldn't want to do anything else, and that's really cool that a beacon brought you back to your hometown. I'm glad that the analogy is not lost, and that's that you get what I mean. But I'm just starting to and we are. I do want to go over a little bit of how I feel about or some of the things. I don't want to be the guy who explains everything you do, because art is kind of subjective, and you don't want to give clear-cut definition of what everything is, because you want people to be able to interpret it the way that they want to. So I don't want to deprive anybody of that, interpretation of their own. But I do want to clear up a couple things, because there are some things that may be a little confusing. But anyway, I'm sorry. There's a lot of sidebars. If you've never seen me do one of these solo talks before, this is what it's like. Okay. So I feel conflicted in how I want to be elsewhere. And I think I've gone over this maybe in the last podcast that I did partially. But ever since I went back a couple of weeks ago, and I got to have the experience of a lifetime. Like, I mean, literally imagine being a super fan of something that you've seen for years, and then just being invited to go and be a part of the biggest thing that this thing you're a super fan of has ever done. And I got to do that. And man, my audio won't play on the stream through Discord. Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. Is it not working? I mean, I'm not worrying about that. Everybody else can hear. Yeah, when I got backstage at the Miss America beauty pageant, it was just incredible, dude. I'm just like, I've always been the biggest Miss America fan. You know, like I've never missed a pageant. You know, Team Argentina all day. But it's just basically that happened to me, and I had the experience literally of a lifetime. And yeah, dude, fuck Connecticut. Really, fuck Miss Connecticut. Like, I don't even want to talk about. I don't even bring up Miss Connecticut right now. I'm just, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah. So it's really interesting that. Yeah, it's really interesting that I've got this thing. Wait, where was I before I lost my train of thought about audio shit? Oh, am I actually streaming? Wait, I might actually still be streaming in the Discord, which, oh yeah, no shit. Stop streaming. Watch on YouTube. But yeah, so basically, when I went to Texas this past time and had the experiences that I had, I really fell in love with that city. Like, I fell in love with that dirty little strip of Texas. And well, my sister lives in Connecticut, you know, so I don't know about the entire state. But yeah, Miss Connecticut and Miss America. I mean, come on, please, get out of here. Comedy. But yeah, I just fell in love with that little strip of land there in downtown Austin. And whenever I got, I'll say, whenever I got back home, I was like, you know, the first time I went to Austin and came back home, I was like, man, I am so stoked to be back home, dude. Like, this is, man, I'm so fucking stoked to be back home right now. And this last time that I went, when I got home, it was like I walked in and well, you know, I was home, and I was like, I just looked around, and I don't know. Yeah, I just looked around, and I was like, is this what I want? You know, and I've come to the conclusion that they say you can't have your cake and eat it too, but I don't see why not. So I think I'm just gonna Atlanta, Georgia. I see you, dog. Go Bravos. But yeah, I feel like I feel like I can have this place, the greatest place that I've lived in my life, to always come back to and spend time in Austin when I can be there. And it's not necessarily a long way of saying I'm moving to Texas because I love Kill Tony necessarily, but it's a long way of saying that I'm moving to Texas because I've kind of, in my heart of hearts, felt like I've needed to do something more than I've done yet with my career if I want to progress from the level that I've reached currently. And I've sort of needed a gentle nudge. And when Brian Redband said, hey, if you come out to Austin for Kill Tony 500, I'll give you 5 minutes on the Death Squad Secret Show, that gave me a healthy fucking nudge out of the door to do that thing that I needed to do. And dude, in the past, 10 times out of 10, I would have said, man, I really appreciate it, but dude, my season's starting to pick up right now, and dude, as much as I would love to do that, I can't swing it right now because, you know, I've got bills coming up. But for some fucking reason, me, the person who doesn't do anything, those who know me know how serious this is. I don't do anything. I don't go outside. I don't interact with people. I don't do shit. I went and I did it, and I stayed there for like 5 days, 5 nights. New Jersey. League of Weed, New Jersey. Congratulations, Gus. Man, but yeah. What is it that made me do that? Like, what is it about this? I have to give all the credit to my brother, Kerry, old Creco, my brother from another mother. He really, because I, in classic Yonder fashion, when it came time to leave, something went wrong. I was going to drive to Texas. And, yeah, the lockdown was nothing, dude. The lockdown was nothing. And I did get tired of doing nothing. But yeah, the lockdown, dude, instead of explaining everybody, hey, you know, stay home, don't go out into the world, you know, stay 6 feet away from people, you know, like blah, blah, blah. They could have just said, hey, do it. That fat musician down in Myrtle Beach has been doing for the last 3 years. Just stay home. Don't go anywhere. Like, you didn't have to tell me what to do. I was already doing it voluntarily. I was quarantined before it was cool, man. But seriously though, just where was I? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, Carrie, it got down time for me to leave. My boy Creco was on the phone with me, and he says, we're going to get you to Austin. And he was like, I'm going to book you a flight right now. You can Venmo me the money that you were going to spend on renting the car, and we'll get you a flight that will be almost the same amount as the price of renting the car. So here's what we're going to do. He booked me a flight that morning to Austin, and I had never flown before, and I am historically terrified of airplanes. And I got there. I watched how everybody else was doing what they were doing and just did what they did in the airport and got through everything. And I'm like literally mid panic attack the entire time. But dude, I've gotten so good at just functioning through all of that lately because, man, the anxiety for me is more like just a constant panic attack at times that I'm just really good at just pushing through at this point. But that's what was going on the entire time. And I'm just losing my shit. But I get through and it all works out. And I get to Austin in a matter of hours instead of taking 2 days. And I was like, okay. They say that if you make a decision that changes something you would normally do, that is truly how you enter a different dimension. And that is what happened. A switch hath been flipped. And my boy Kerry, my boy Crico is absolutely yeah, a switch hath been flipped. Yeah, my boy Kerry is literally the reason that it was flipped. He flipped it for me when I didn't want to. And he sort of opened up the whole world. But the only thing I want to do is go back to the one place that I went to, because I love the whole vibe of Austin. And man, people just Crico the switch flipper. That's right. That's who he is. He's the best person. Just the way Austin embraced me, you know? Like, I got there and within a day, I got there and within a day, I was, I don't know, I was part of the fucking crew, dude. Like, I just walked up and I'm standing on the street and somebody blows the horn, and like I always have done, I just threw my hand up and I turned and looked and it was fucking Tony Hinchcliffe. And I was like, did Tony Hinchcliffe just blow the horn at me? And he gets out of his car and he comes around the corner and he says, hey man, fist bumps me like we're fucking high school buddies, and then walks me into the fucking show and introduces me to everybody. And just fucking, doesn't this happen to everybody? You know, like, is this just how, is this how it happens? Is this how it works when you show up to Austin? And then I just come in and hang out the entire time with all of them and get to watch them create the show and do the things and all of this stuff. And man, you should go visit. But dude, all of this stuff, he is such a nice guy that they were doing in the show is such a great process to watch. Like, cause we watched the show, it's fantastic, dude. But we watch the show every week on YouTube, and you get to see the production and all the different angles and everything that switches around. And man, it almost seems like it just, everything flows together like it's supposed to. And man, when you're there and you see like the whole process of them setting up and then be backstage with them when they come out, and yeah, and honestly, I understand now, Screw Loose, for everybody who says anything about seeing it live, being there live and seeing all that they already have to do and I know what it takes to manage a stream, trust me, because I just had a stream that I had to stop and restart because one thing was going wrong. Imagine being on the kind of time frame where you can't stop a stream and restart it because you've got tens of thousands of people watching. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine that kind of pressure. And kudos to my boy Catbread, Breadman, Brian Redband. Fucking for dealing with that for so many years, because man, it's hard to run a stream in my home where everything is perfect, much less to take that to a place that isn't going to have the same amenities that you have in your house for streaming. And man, like just seeing the whole process of everything else that goes on, dude, I understand why it's not live. And man, and you know what, dude? If you ever get on the stage, you never know, BC. You could be, but you might not. You never know how it's gonna go. And I know that because I see very good comedians that get on the stage and it just doesn't go well. So it's like it's just, you know, you'll see learned comedians get up there and it just not work, or somebody who's never been on stage before get up there and just say one word and just kill. Always goes well if you have jokes. Uncle Valish gets it. The best of us, Valish gets it. And Screws, I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll do the live thing anymore just because of that reason, you know. But just there's so much that goes into this process of making that show happen. And like yeah, just a lot goes in the process. But either way, it was just cool to have been adopted into the family. And then I got to hang out with Comedy Store comic Brett Erickson and a couple of other folks that were with Tony. And yeah, just it was just, and I don't want to name any of these people because I've named all these people off to other folks, but I just don't know about sensitive information and things like that. I want to be respectful and courteous to these people involved. But I just, it was so very cool to have people see me with them. And then I go and hang out with other people and there's just like, I'm in a room and it's literally just like straight up comics in the room. And I'm in there and I immediately think I shouldn't be in this room. Like, I immediately thought I don't belong here. I don't belong here. And then like I started thinking more like that night, the first night for Kill Tony, I was feeling very awkward, very strange. And I would just kind of stand awkwardly because that's what I do. And I even made a couple jokes about being like I'm like really good at standing awkward. Like I had a thing of like one thing and I'm like really good at. That's it. Standing awkwardly. But I get that night because I was just overwhelmed. Like the intro to that just being Tony knowing me well enough to walk up to me on the street and address me and bring me in with him. And like that, I was like starting to think, I was like, well, fuck, if that's the case, then maybe I should be here, you know? Maybe I should be here. And it was so awesome because I got to go to 3 events with the guys because that night I did, yeah, and I agree, Valish, I don't think they're going to do live anymore. Maybe one day on like a Patreon level there's been rumblings of that, but I wouldn't count on it. But either way, it was cool because we did the Kill Tony Monday night. Then I got to Chill Tuesday. I didn't do shit. Ordered in DoorDash. And then Wednesday was the Death Squad Secret Show. And I spent that whole day getting my minute together that morning and on Tuesday as well. And getting my 5 minutes together for the Secret Show. And that was the day William showed up. William and his girlfriend got to the hotel, and they stayed at the same hotel I was at. So we hung out, went to Gus's Chicken, and hung out for the rest of that day. We walked to the Vulcan together, and it was a really fucking cool night. hung out with my best friend Hank. Like so many other people were there. Got to meet Rogan that night. Dude, like it's just everybody was there. I mean, if I just keep naming the names, it's just like name drop after name drop, dude. Man, I'm telling y'all, if you've never met Tony before, he is literally the nicest fucking person, dude. Like, he is super fucking, like, when he talks to you, looks you in your fucking eye, and he is, like, you can tell that he is there with you. You know what I mean? He is so nice, dude. Literally over the top nice. That's true, Valish. He is so fucking, dude, and thoughtful. He remembers small things about people, like that that you don't expect him to remember, you know, like just little things that he'll go back to, like that he remembers about people. Just extremely fucking nice person. So anybody who says anything about Tony being a dick, dude, is literally the farthest from the truth, man. But that's beside the point. I ain't trying to cramp on Tony's image. But anyway, dude, just just being at the secret show, going up there and fucking being in a room with Fahim Anwar, and Brian Redband walks in and says, "Hey, when Rogan gets here, we're going to have to keep this area just for him." And we're like, "Yeah, that's cool." And it's just me and William Montgomery and Fahim Anwar and Gina Hyena, and who else was in there? I think Reed was there. Reed Marshall Becker. I think Reed was in the room with us, and the photographer for Big Laugh Comedy Network. I follow him on Instagram. I cannot remember his name. Forgive me, dude. If you ever see this, probably fucking won't. But no, it was just such a weird thing. And I'm standing there, and then Derek Poston's here, and then Sam Lopez, and then Brett Erickson is there from last night, and Jason Rouse is there, and Tony, and then Joe Rogan's here, and David Lucas is here, and BC says, does William ever break character? William is that person. Like that's who he is, and that's all I can say about it, because that's just who he is. And I don't know. I mean, as a, like, it could be. I don't know that for sure that it's a character, but that's just how his brain works. Gentry Rose, how are you out there? Love you back. Hope to see you soon as well. He is a character, man. It's so funny. His little mannerisms and whatnot. But yeah, anyway. But just all these people that I was around that saw my face be allowed to be in the same area that they were allowed to be in. Like, that was just a really, really cool experience. And then the next night, of course, I went to Kill Tony 500, and I'm just pretty much standing behind the guys the whole time, right back behind the curtain. And it was just a hell of a week to have been there. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited about just being able to go back and just see all of these familiar faces from that night and be recognized. As weird as it sounds to say that, that's what I want. That's what my goal is to just be recognized by these people. And I don't want, and I've noticed that a lot of comedians And a lot of people who when they get in a position like that, they're using, what up, Mike? Good to see you in the VR last night, bro. I notice a lot of comedians and shit will get around somebody funny or a comedian that they respect, and they'll use that opportunity to try to like drop bits in here and there, you know, like say funny things. So they'll be like, "Oh, you're funny," but that's not ever my goal. I'll always just try to like be cool. Like I just want to be cool, be the cool hang, and dude, right? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. But no, it's not my goal to try to be funny around them. I just want to be a cool hang, because I think if you do that, funny will just come out naturally where it's supposed to, instead of feeling forced, like setting up your own jokes in a conversation like a lot of people will do. But yes, looks like never leaving the house paid off big time. Okay. Here's the thing. That 100,000 times out of 100,000 like doesn't work, right? I don't know what, I think it was the quarantine, a perfect storm of events that led me to be jumping on the VR chat with Red Band, and also having enough time over the last couple of years to binge all of Kill Tony in a matter of months, and then finding the Discord, utilizing my time in a way that would try to project myself in front of, or my name in front of people that I wanted to interact with, and like just trying to be as fucking cool as possible the whole way through all of that. And I don't know how, but I told Jason Rouse and Reed Marshall Becker on the roof of the Vulcan downtown Austin, Texas, I said, so just for reference, I play an online game with Brian Redband in my apartment in South Carolina, and I just shook Joe Rogan's hand. I don't know what the fuck this is about or what's happening, but you know what, man? I don't know. I don't brag a whole lot. You got to give me this one, man. I mean, the reason I do podcasts, like the thing that has defined most of my life for a lot of people, like when they come up to me, they'll either say one of two things. They'll say, "Hey man, I saw you play it, blah, 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 blah." Or they'll say, "Hey, how's the podcast going?" Like, it's the things that I'm known for the most in real life. It's like in public here, when people approach me in real life, it's always, "How's the podcast going?" Or, "I saw you play something, blah, blah, blah." But this is like, just to say that is something that has defined who I am as a person for a very fucking long time. And I got to meet the person who inspired me to do it. And dude, like, doesn't this happen to everybody? Man, and the only reason I tell you all of this stuff is to explain why I'm finding contentment in the thought of not being here in this place that I've called home for so many years, you know? Like that is why I tell you these things. Not to brag, which but fuck, dude, listen. I challenge anyone to have something happen to them to the caliber of importance as this was to me, and have them not talk about it every day of their life for the rest of their lives. I mean, I'm I am being scarce with this information, considering how important it was to me, if you catch my drift. Like, this is a very, very monumental thing that happened in my life. And you're going to have to just give that to me. So maybe it is a little bit of a fucking brag. What of it? But what it really is just to explain why I feel justified in that feeling that I had before I knew any of this was going to happen. I had that feeling just tugging at your heart. Have you ever seen The Secret Life of Walter Mitty? Have any of y'all ever seen that movie? Like, Ben Stiller wrote and directed it. Thanks, Mike. Hell yeah, man. I don't know if these are real teachings. I don't know if I could call it that. If you've never seen The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, there's a scene in that movie where he's been the same person doing the same job, the thing he's really good at, over and over for a really long time, makes good money, doesn't have to do anything like out of his comfort zone really, but just has this wild imagination, that things that he wants to do, and just things where his mind just drifts off all the time. And then all of a sudden there's just this picture of this person who he idolizes and he's communicated with through letters and mail and things like that. And just there's a image of Sean Penn's character from this movie just beckoning to him, like, and just he's like, okay, just okay. And then he just gets on this fucking plane. He goes, and I feel like that's kind of what happened to me, man. It's like this person who I respect and one of my fucking heroes, Brian Redband, just fucking, hey, come on out. Okay. Yeah. What even? People don't get that. That doesn't happen, you know? People don't get that thing. That doesn't happen in life, you know? But it did. And now I can't unfeel the urge to move to that place. It just seemed like I would be included in a group of people that one would want to be included with. And that's that. So kind of, yes, I want to move to Austin because I love Kill Tony so much. But really, I want to move to Austin because, man, it's been calling me for a long time, and I didn't know it was that place that was calling. Man, don't tell nobody, Michael. And it's not, see, that's not what it is like get where I am, because I'm still here. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm here, you know, like I'm realizing now that just the idea of who these people that I see on these podcasts that I love are in my mind. And then I'm standing next to them and, you know, having a conversation with them, and I'm realizing, dude, he's just like me. We're having just a normal conversation like humans have here. And they're just a normal person. Like, it really doesn't change anything that more people know who they are now. And I feel that way. Like, just he seems like he's just the same person that he would have been had all these things not happened, I think. And I want to strive to be that. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking out loud now, man. Pretty cool fucking experience. Pretty cool fucking week. I'm moving to Austin in October for the off season. I'm going back in the second week of June or last week of June. And I'm going up to Washington, D.C. for Kill Tony at the D.C. Loft. What's up, Mornon? Nah, you're good, man. Yeah, you didn't really miss a whole lot of nothing. There's a bunch of nonsense about me going to Austin. And how my last trip there went. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually looking for places. So it's like getting real. And I'm starting to find out that I'm not going to be able to be in the location that I want to be in just because I'm not rich yet. And thanks, man. Yeah, I can't. I would love to be downtown, but I just can't afford that. And I'm not trying to have 5 roommates. You know, like it would be cool to get like a fucking mansion. We could all have our own wing of the house, but then that would be as much as a 1-bedroom apartment would be, or a 2-bedroom apartment. But I don't know, man. Having to think about that kind of stuff stresses me out a little bit, but it stresses me out, but not as much as it would have a year ago to think about this stuff. Like a year ago, I would have just opened the app once and then seen the price once and closed the app and been like, well, if I can't live where I want to live, then I just won't go. I'll just stay here and do this forever and become the old guy that, you know, still playing the songs that he played 30 years ago in the corner of the bar. Like, I see that future for me, and I used to be fine with that, but I don't know that I am anymore, you know? Kind of want a little bit, I don't know, kind of want to play a different game, you know? Maybe, you know? I'm turning into fucking Tom Glavine up here, you know? I've been watching them Braves broadcast with Tom Glavine. I'd love to work in Rogan's Club, man, but we'll see. Oh, right on, man. Label owners at Gravitas. I hear you, man. But yeah, man. Next step is to just get a place locked away, so that I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, gonna take the summer. I hear you, BC. Thanks for hanging out, my dude. We're right at the hour mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up and keep this put a bow on this thing. But yeah, that's the next step, I guess. Just get a place locked away and make sure to take care of that in ample time. Should be a pretty good summer so far as my calendar looks so far. Looks like I'm utilizing a lot of my blocks of days off to either go to Austin or try to hit a road show or something like that. Little Kill Tony road show. Right on, Michael. I will do, buddy. But yeah. So I hadn't done one of these in a while. Every time I do one, I say, I'm going to do more of these. I promise. I don't know when I'll do another one. I've done this one now. So there it is. And this is number 24. This is a Jeff Gordon episode. Have we already done a Jeff Gordon episode? No, I think the last one was Michael Jordan, right? I mean, oh my makes sense. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, 23 episode. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, before I reach the point of delirium, I am going to go ahead and end this thing, but let's see. Just like old times, huh? Let's see what we got here. Oh, I forgot to do the Norm intro. That's right. Oh, well, fuck it. He blocked me on Twitter anyway. Fuck him. I'm sorry, Norm. I love you. I didn't mean it. Let's do this just like old times. Yeah. So, screwballwhiskey.com. SKREW ballwhiskey.com. Tomorrow's stories begin right here. Hashtag get screwed. Hashtag screw it forward. At get screwed. All of the peanut butter whiskeys are posers. Screwball peanut butter whiskey is the one and only original peanut butter whiskey. Also, go buy some merch, man. You want some Yonder merch? Go get some Yonder merch. Go to yonderwizard.com/Yonder merch. Or just go to yonderwizard.com and click Yonder merch. And go get yourself some Kill Discord merch as well at shop.killdiscord.com. And you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Go over to shop.deathsquad.tv.com and get some Kill Tony and some Death Squad merch as well, because we love our buddy Brian Redman. And Toad does most of the work with all that stuff. I know Redman. I know your secrets, dog. I know Toad does it all. Just kidding. Love ya. Yeah, all right. DramaCityProductions.com, DramaCityProductions.com/Kelsey Hudgins Show. Follow me all over the social medias at Yonder Wizard, ZZERD, everywhere. And come hang out with us in the Kill Tony Discord, killdiscord.com. I'm literally always fucking there somehow. And still get other shit done somehow. I think that's all I got for you. I think that might be it. Let's see if I think of anything else here in the last minute. I love that little off-keep banjo note there. Yep, that's all I got. Can't think of anything else. All right, well, I love you. I mean it. Subscribe to the fucking channel. Click when you see I've posted something. Click a thumbs up if you want, or a thumbs down. I don't care which way the thumb points. Click one. I don't care. Yep, in a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Peace, bitches.